Go ahead.
I want to just get this out there, and then we'll go whichever direction. So we got 3 Braves and a side dish of Chicago Cubs. With the problem with baseball, if you want to call it that, is that the 3 Braves fans on this show are probably not going to tune into Sunday Night Baseball and watch the Angels versus the Seattle Mariners, or the Chicago White Sox versus the Texas Rangers, or the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Washington Nationals. Phil and his beloved Cubs, who he can see on WGN.
Not anymore. Not like it used to be. No.
Yeah, not like it used to be. Yeah.
Not like it used to be.
Yeah, I grew up, I could watch the Braves on TBS, the Cubs on GN, and the Mets on WOR. Right. All that was on our basic cable package. That obviously has changed. But my point is that it's a regional sport where you care about your team, but you don't really care about anybody else that much. Not enough to invest 3 hours and sit and watch a game. The NFL doesn't have that problem. The NFL, no matter what you put on, it's getting rated. You can put a crap game on a Thursday night on Amazon Prime, and it has gobs and millions of people watching. So to compound the problem even more, I'm in Atlanta. Braves fans, this is the cord-cutting era, as we all know, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the big cable company in Atlanta is Xfinity. I don't have enough time in a 3-hour show to tell you everything that's wrong with Xfinity. I'm not going to go there. I have it. Regretfully, I spend a lot of money on Xfinity because it's the only way I can get the Braves. Even if you get the Bally Sports app, right? If you pay what we call OTT, over the top, you can get Hawks games. You cannot get Braves games because that is owned by MLB. So MLB, in their infinite greed and wisdom, decided that we're not going to allow that for many teams to just go over the top and get your favorite team by spending an extra, whatever it is, $15 a month. So it's riddled with problems, to your point, Jamie. The whole setup is riddled with problems. Major League Baseball, I will say this, though, for those that always say it's dying, it's doom and gloom, it all depends how you look at it. Nationally speaking, the ratings are not great. And again, Sunday Night Baseball doesn't do particularly great. And the Home Run Derby has lost its flavor and everything else. But like, if you're a Braves fan in Atlanta, it's discussed 162 games out of the year, 365 days out of the year. There's no lack of passion here. There's no lack of passion in New York. There's no lack of passion in Boston. So right. Those fans, it's not a dying sport. But from a national standpoint, and you have what I consider to be one of the worst commissioners in the history of commissioners, period, in Rob Manfred.
He's terrible.
He is not the guy that's going to solve the problem. But one other thing, it's kind of like the people that said, the people don't go to the Colonial Life Arena to watch Gamecock basketball because there's not enough billboards out. The PR campaign's not as much. The fact of the matter is, I'm not saying all promotion is good promotion. All advertising is good advertising. But you can do as much promoting as you want of the stars. For some people, all they're going to care about is what's in their backyard, their favorite team. They're not going to go out of their way to watch Ohtani. They're not going to go out of their way to pick a pitcher of any kind. That's not going to happen. So I do think that baseball it's painted itself in a corner where people just care about their own team, and that's all.
I agree. I think you're spot on. I think the issue is in the streaming world that we're in, there's no reason I shouldn't be able to go stream the Atlanta Braves. I live next door to Atlanta. I cannot get them. I was going to buy MLB TV. I'm going to buy it. Screw it. I'll write it off.
It's $150. It's $150.
It's $150. Yeah, we all need write-offs. Never mind. But we all need write-offs, right? So I was going, screw it. I'm going to buy it. Type in my zip code, Braves blacked out. What? So you mean to tell me that between today, which is opening day, and Sunday, there are 4 games I can watch this weekend? 4. And I'm not saying that like the Major League Baseball should be all over ABC and Fox, although they do have Saturday night Fox games. Hat tip for that. But all over ABC and Fox, and all the major. That's not what I'm getting at here. Why on planet Earth can we stream any college baseball game, any college softball game, any college lacrosse game, any college soccer game that get nobody watching those things, and we can't stream Major League Baseball? I cannot believe that in 2024 we have this conversation.
So I didn't know that
money.
Well, it is about money. I mean, with all due respect to the sports you just mentioned, they pale in comparison to the ratings of professional sports. But you can't get, Jamie, no matter what you buy in Charleston, South Carolina, you can't get Braves on any package whatsoever.
Unless I go to Comcast, or it might be maybe Hulu, but that's it.
Yeah, or maybe
is Bally with Hulu?
No, Bally's is only with Xfinity and DirecTV.
Okay, that's it. Well, then that's it. And I've done my tour with DirecTV, and I've done my tour with Comcast.
I know.
I'm out.
I'm not here to promote either one of them, believe me.
No.
So if you bought the MLB package,
I can't get it.
You can get every other team.
Braves are blacked out in our area.
Okay.
Yep. Can you believe
I've never
that?
totally understood that. Yeah.
Like we live in blacked out. Yeah. If you bought it up there, they're blacked out up there, aren't they?
Yeah. The White Sox. Now you can get the radio broadcast all day long, which I prefer on a hot day when I'm out there having a cold one. That's actually kind of cool. But the TV broadcast for the Cubs and Sox both are blacked out. But they have up here, they have a it's called something. It may be a Bally's product. It's like Champions Network. Marquee Sports Network, Phil. There you get the head on the head, and they cover. They're kind of the Chicago regional deal. NBC did have it and was running it. Now somebody else maybe, I don't know. But the Bally's as a company has kind of screwed the whole thing up. This is part of like when Fox sold everything to Disney, because Fox had all the regional sports networks, and the government was like, they were like, Disney don't have too many regional sports networks now because they got ESPN now all over the place. And so instead of, this is sort of like a Pac-12 network decision. Instead of just saying, hey, ESPN's really good at this stuff, and these guys don't know what the hell they're doing, they sold it to Bally's, which is a Vegas operation, right? And they lost their ass. I mean, instead of just giving it to ESPN like everybody else does and calling it something different or something. Yet another, so now we have a disaster with that goes, because they don't have any money and they barely are getting the games on this year. And then you have the blackout situation. And the blackout, I think, sort of antiquated, because it's like that blackouts were meant to funnel people to the games, so we need to sell tickets, and then to funnel people to, certain stations. And I just think as we move along and we have this buffet smorgasbord of options when it comes to a la carte television, that model is going to really get old for a lot of people, and you're going to see some major brushback. And then once they figure out how to monetize it without having these exclusive deals, and it's all just one pot of money, I think everybody will be in a better shape. But they're not there yet, obviously, considering the Braves are blacked out. I can't believe they're blacked out in South Carolina. My guess is that they're blacked out in Alabama too, and maybe even parts of Mississippi.
Yeah, which is ludicrous.
Wherever the Braves are popular. Yeah.
Well, it's clear they want to funnel you to those particular cable outlets.
Yeah. Well, they're not funneling me.
But that's not a Bally's decision. Like, Bally's would love for you to be able to stream their games on their app. They spent a lot of money on that app. MLB told Bally's, no, we are not relinquishing the rights to the Atlanta Braves. MLB has a real strong stranglehold on a lot of things, unlike maybe the other two sports. It's a little bit different, but that's not a Bally's call. Bally's loses out on that deal. That is an MLB decision, and I hear Braves fans complaining about it all the time. I didn't know it was that bad even in Charleston.
Yeah,
it's clearly Braves country and always has been. So that's amazing to me.
It's crazy. I mean, it's insane that it's 2024 and there is one nationally televised Major League Baseball game today. One.